Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama. Today I'm going to be bringing you Winning with Ease, and this is defending 2 Gate ZvP, 2 Stargate. By that I mean, that was a very strange way to open it up. So it's going to be against 2 Stargate, and really quickly before we do get into it, yes, he says, should be easy to stop if you know it's coming. Because I haven't played against ZvP Poser before, so he doesn't really understand the whole concept. But I will never react until I have scouted whatever it is the player is doing against me. So, really quickly, I will be doing my new subscriber shout out, and there's a ton, so I'm just going to do a good chunk. XXX 4205, Ever XXX, Lack 29, 7 Mountain Man 7, Pwn Monkey 23, Plutoniax, Dota 2 Atom, Dernerid, Gods of Gods Forever, The Parp, The Quiet Potato, Borders Guy 1976, Take a Shift, Takahav, Trammell Jones, TRT, MRT01, Captain Giggle Punch, Mr. Albert Ease, Ryan Dixon, X Canuck X, and Lex Mibel. So that's all we're gonna do for today right here. Oops, let's see, and okay. Yeah, so thank you everybody for subscribing, and hopefully you guys are finding these videos to be useful right there. And it looks like there was a tiny bit of lag really quickly, but I think it's gone. So I will be opening up with the standard, my standard opener, which is to just take the hatch down at 21 and then take a slightly faster third hatch. So this just kind of works. This is something that I've worked out. It works well for my queen transfers, moving along to everything. And it's still a fine opener. A lot of people are like, well, you got to have the opener down at 16 or that 15, 16 hatch. No, you don't. You can do it this way, and it still works out just fine. Plus, I like to just have the 4 lings out right at that point, so then I can go put him at this Zelnaga. So then if he tries to scout out with a Zealot, of course, the 4 lings will be able to kill the Zealot off, or at least force it back to go home. So I will be scouting in, kind of see what's up, see if he's going gate expand, see if he's going for 2 gate, you know, whatever it is. I do see a forge right there, so I'm not too worried. And I generally like to just send my drone over here just to kind of check out if he's going for, you know, next first, forge first, whatever it is. So it looks like he did go for a forge first in this game, so just kind of be careful of possible cannons, whatever it is. Something I also want to note is I send this overlord that was at my natural. As soon as this one starts moving over there and my links pop, I send this overlord over here, and this will allow me to scout in. At the same time, this overlord is going to be moving down here, so that way I can have sight of these 2 gases, because I want to see, is he getting these 2 gas or these 2 refineries, assimilators, excuse me, right here. And if he is going to be getting these assimilators, what's he going to be doing with it? Will it be robo? Will it be whatever? So I'm able to snipe off the probe and drop my third hatch down as well. I have my queen out now, and so now I'm just kind of continuing to just do whatever, just macro up normally. And that's kind of what you do at this point of the game. So a couple Zergs were saying, hey, you know, I'm sitting here trying to get units and drones out. And this was, you know, some lower league players. And they were like, hey, I'm trying to get units and drones out. And it's very difficult for me, because then, you know, at like 10 minutes the Protoss just pushes over with a giant army when he does Forge Fast Expand. I don't know how to react. Well, here's kind of like a basic play that you're going to do. You want to watch these gases right here, and I have my Overlord down here to watch for those. And so here I'm just going to be getting 1 gas. I like to take one around 5 so I can get a little slightly earlier speed there, just because I like to have that ling speed out. That's something I've seen Stefano do lately. And then also here I can queen inject, and then I can transfer this queen to my 6. So this is how I do my little queen rotation here. And then I'll be building a queen here when I have 150 minerals. So that's kind of just my queen rotation there. But yeah, so basically you can just drone, make sure you're not getting supply blocked. I think I actually do get a tiny bit supply blocked at like 54. Don't do that, is what I can say. So yeah, that's basically all I can really say about that. But yeah, so it's just going to be droning and building overlords and just being playing it out, you know, doing nothing. Notice how I'm not making any units whatsoever. This is 6:20 into the game, and I just have these 4 lings out still. This is because he can't do anything right now, especially that he has these double gas right here, and I can watch and make sure that he's mining out of the gas I don't know if you ever do that, but yeah, you can watch and make sure that he has 3 guys on gas just by making sure it's going down incrementally by 4 there. So here I'm talking about the Zealot will poke out, and oh hey look, I can just look over here and my Lings will force it back. Now I can run back to the Xel'Naga Tower and just maintain that watch a little bit longer. So 7 minutes hits, and I see these double gas, and it's either going to be Immortal Sentry or Void Ray. That's basically, or I mean double Stargate. That's basically the options that I have. So I'm going to want to start scouting in fairly soon. And I can actually use both Overlords to scout in here, because sometimes they like to proxy things right down here or something like that. So I'm going to set this guy up to scout this way. I'm going to set this dude to scout over here. I see he has a Stalker, so okay, that indicates possibly a little bit more towards Stargate play. Generally the sentries will just be there shooting at this Overlord if it's Immortal Sentry, but he could still be trying to hide it, so I'm not quite sure exactly yet. I do have an Evo chamber that I've thrown down. This is just for detection as well as getting an upgrade in a little bit, and here I do get my +1 carry pace. I also threw down a Roach Warren. Speed's about to finish, so I'm feeling in a good position. With the double gas, I like to get a decent size of Lings here around this 8-minute mark. Nothing too crazy, but enough to deny any sort of fast third if he does go for that. So here I'm going to be scouting in with the Overlord, and okay, I scout double Stargate, right? So he's actually going to be going for Phoenix. So with that, I'm going to want to come home and start throwing down some Spore Crawlers. So I throw spores there and just kind of throwing them over, and I throw a couple here at my natural. I throw, I should have thrown one down on my main, I believe so. There it is. So I throw one down on my main, and you really want to kind of throw them down in the mineral line if you can. But something I want to note is how I'm continuing to drone, right? This is drone at this point with the Spore Crawlers going down. I also forgot to get one back here. I think I thought I did, but it didn't go down. So that was a little bit of an issue. And that he's going to be able to do a tiny bit of damage right there. But also note how I'm moving all of my Overlords as best as I can over my Spore Crawlers, trying to save as many of those. I'm mass building Overlords and I'm mass building drones. I don't want to be supply blocked for too long. And then in the same time, I'm going to be sending my Lings over to his third base so I can be denying any sort of third base that he'll be taking here. So now I can kind of move him back in. He's probably going to try and do a little bit more damage if he can. But I've got my Spore Crawlers up now and around, so I'm in a great position. And I'm just going to continue to be able to drone at this point, as he has invested a decent amount in these Phoenix, in that double Stargate right there, so he doesn't have too much else. And I know somebody was talking about what if he brings Voids, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's going to be the same sort of reaction with the spores and the queens. I could pull my queen over. I could make additional queens. As you can see right here, I'm making an extra queen to deal with this. And then you'll be in a fine situation if you just get those spores up. So once again, I can see he hasn't taken a third base yet. And I have a ton of drones coming in. Why can I do this? I can just drone up because I am free, because he just spent double Void Ray. Right, so now is when he can finally start to add on some like gateways. He added his robo down to get a robotics facility as well, I believe, somewhere in there. There it is, robotics bay. So he has a robotics facility, he's got a robotics bay. So now he can finally start adding stuff on, but already I'm back up to 60 workers right here. And so already I'm in a fine position. He doesn't have a third base. I've made sure to deny that for a decent amount of time. And then if he does push over here to take his third, I can take my fourth. If he doesn't, and he tries to go for some sort of 2-base all-in, I'm getting my upgrades. I have my infestation pit already down. I had gotten that lair at around 8 minutes, by the way. I'm not sure if I went over that. So now it's just kind of moving on into the next stage of the game. He was able to do a decent amount of damage, right? 10 workers killed. He killed a couple of queens. So he had some decent damage done right there, but at the same time, I'm not in a horrible position. I can once again deny his third from going up, so he really doesn't have enough units out to get this third. I can kill off the probe, making it to last even longer, force some force fields right here, and just kind of be annoying overall, right? So now I can just kind of pull back and make some more Lings, and I'm not in a terrible position at all. I've got my Infester, it's already on the way. I can start taking all of my gases here, really saturating all those, getting up, take my fourth base fairly soon. And from here, the game just kind of moves on into the next stages, and it actually is like a 28-minute game. So I'm not going to sit here and make you guys sit through all of that. But yeah, so that's basically just going to be how you deal with the basic sort of to Stargate sort of pressure right there. You want to get that scout in. You want to be able to see it if you can. And of course, you can also try and prepare for it a little bit blindly. A lot of times I will, if I see the double gas, I'll go ahead and just get a spore crawler at each base just for safety purposes, right? Just in case I'm going to have that, in case maybe it rushes DTs, whatever it is. I'm just going to have that spore crawler down. It's great against airplay. And then if he does go Immortal Sentry, I still, I won't be in a terrible position if 3 drones were spent against that. So that's basically going to be all that I'm going to talk about in this game. Macro hatch goes down, everything, just getting my upgrades, yada, yada, yada. So my name is MrLlama. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys in my next video.